Hi everyone, let's talk about some XP top tips. The horseshoe graphic and the XY graphic. Let's start off by talking about the horseshoe graphic. Now, why is it called the horseshoe graphic? Well, it's because there's a horseshoe symbol on the left hand side. Now, this horseshoe greys out on the left if it's ferrous, and it greys out on the right if it's non-ferrous. So it's a good indicator to complement the target tone. In the middle you'll see a bullseye there. It's got a cross on it. Now this is a target intensity meter, so when the bullseye starts greying out, it means the target is very close to the coil. Also on this screen you've got at the top the discrimination level. Going to the right you've got the ground ID numbers. At the top is your actual ground ID, at the bottom is your adjusted ground target number. Then you've got your target ID digits in the middle and your frequency below that. And on the right hand side you'll see the ground mineralisation bar, which you can see how mineralised your ground is as you're searching it. If the bar greys out all the way to the top, you're searching very highly mineralised ground. If you're using a program with minus discrimination, such as the HOT program, the Sonar program, the Ultimate program, your target ID will go positive. It will go to the right every time, even if it's iron, because this horseshoe is based on your discrimination setting. So just bear that in mind. If you're using a zero or negative discrimination program, don't rely on that horseshoe meter because there is no ferrous reading with it. So here we are, the XY screen. You probably all know about this. It's a very uncluttered format. It's got a line which gives a straight line for things like a coin, and it gives squiggles and loops for iron. We talked a minute ago about the horseshoe graphic having a mineralisation bar on the right hand side, which is quite useful. The XY screen doesn't have it, but you can quickly access it by pressing the ground balance button quickly, going into the ground balance menu, and there it is on the right hand side. So that's a quick tip on accessing your ground mineralisation bar, and just press the back button to get back into the detect screen. Unlike the horseshoe graphic, the XY screen isn't discrimination related. Even if you turn the discrimination right up, your target won't go into the rejected visual. It's a bit difficult to understand. Let me show you. Here we go. Let's start off by using the Deus Fast program with a factory preset horseshoe graphic. We have a Roman coin which comes up at 55, and we have a piece of iron which comes up at 02. And as you can clearly see there, both sides of the horseshoe graphic are being activated. Right hand side for the coin, left hand side for the iron. So let's turn the discrimination right up to 57, for example, to eliminate the coin. And let's see what the horseshoe graphic does then. Here we go, all the way to 57. Won't take long. I've gone too far now, let's go back a little bit. 57 on the discrimination. Now let's try exactly the same targets with the higher discrimination. That's the coin and it's turned to iron. The horseshoe graphic's gone to the left. Obviously nothing different with the iron. I hope that's making sense. Let's go to the other extreme. Let's go to minus discrimination and see what happens. Once again, discrimination all the way down to minus 6.4. Don't take long. Just watch that decimal point, guys. The decimal point at the beginning of the numbers is a minus. In the middle of the numbers is a plus. So minus 6.4. Let's give that a try. Well, that's the coins going to the right hand side, as it should. Let's try the iron. That's gone to the right hand side as a positive target because we've lowered the discrimination to introduce it into the non-ferrous side. So that's just the horseshoe screen. Adjusting the discrimination makes a difference to the left and right graphic, but if you're using a minus discrimination, you'll get graphic on the one side. Let's have a little play around with the XY screen now. I think you'll find this interesting. The hot program, nothing's changed, exactly the same targets, coin and piece of iron. Here we go. A positive target, very, very nice. And we've got quite a good straight line there and a good audio. Here's the iron. Straight line, but it's going in the opposite direction, which is telling us it's ferrous. Now, what if I'd done exactly the same thing as we did a minute ago and turned the discrimination up to 57 on the hot program? Here we go. .57 on the hot program. Let's have a look, see what that screen does now. Absolutely no audio, but we've still got a straight line showing it is non-ferrous. Let's try the iron. No audio again because it's been rejected out, but we're getting a line as ferrous. So there you go, the XY screen is still telling us ferrous from non-ferrous by the visual, even though there's no audio. Top tip time here, your meter line, your XY meter line, the sensitivity of it can be easily and quickly adjusted. And this is called the zoom feature. To get to the zoom adjustment screen, all you have to do is press and hold the pinpoint button for a few seconds and you'll see the zoom screen appear. Adjust it using the plus and minus buttons. You don't have to save it, just wait for a few minutes, it will disappear and your settings will be saved. Now, if you had the zoom feature low, say at number 3, factory default is 6 by the way, if you had it low, which I quite like to use, you don't get a meter reading on deep targets. So it encourages you to investigate. You only get a meter reading on surface targets such as coke and coins which are shallow. Now, if you adjusted the zoom feature higher above 6, your meter will be very, very reactive. Another XY screen top tip. For example, if you're in the Gold Max Power program or the Deus Fast program, which uses the Horseshoe screen, and you want to use the XY screen, that's absolutely no problem. You just go into Options, Configuration, Profile, press the plus and minus buttons to choose your graphic. But you don't have to save it. When you turn the machine off, it will remember your last graphic on that particular program. So that makes things really, really simple. Here's another XY screen top tip. We talked about the zoom a minute ago and adjusting it. Now you've got a built-in EMI meter on the Deus and all you have to do to access this is turn your zoom up to maximum, stand in the field, walk around in a circle, see where you get the strongest EMI by looking at the meter, and bingo, you can tell exactly where your EMI is coming from. It's a really good trick and it works every time. But remember, once you've checked that EMI, don't forget to adjust the zoom screen back to your desired setting, or it'll be a bit bonkers at number 10. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight into the XP Deus Horseshoe and XY graphic and those little hidden features. The XP Deus is as easy or as hard as you want it to be. As they say, every day's a learning day, so I hope you've picked up some tips here. But until then, thanks very much for watching again, and hopefully I'll see you on the field very, very soon.